Hi everyone, here we are with Marco to do the session about the importance of networking. Marco, please take it away.
All right, Hadar, I'm really excited, man, because this session of networking is so important for your multifamily and growing and finding deals. And if you can't find deals, getting into deals through networking and building relationships. So that's what I really do is I build relationships. So I have this article here. I'm going to go through the article, explain the important points, then some tips. And I also have like 10 really important things to use to build your network. So the importance of networking. In this article, we have important quotes to start with. Your network is your net worth. That's one of the most important things. The bigger you can grow your network, the bigger your net worth is going to grow. Okay. And multifamily is a we sport, not a me sport. You can be successful by yourself, but if you want to be super successful, you build relationships, you build a network. Okay. So reasons for networking. Remember, you could do it alone or you could do it the right way and join a community or network and have constant opportunities come your way. So if you're doing it by yourself, you have a little deal flow, a little opportunity to find stuff. When you have a network, you have stuff coming from everywhere. And sometimes in a top market, I had too many deals sometimes. So when it's not a top market, you build that network, it's almost like you're going to be turning away deals. And that's like a problem not many people have. So that's why we build the right network. And when I say join a community, it's like this, what we're in now. This is a mastermind. This is a community. This is a network. This is the beginning of the network, and then you branch out. Okay, so let's go down. Let's talk about many ways to build your network. One first way, I'm looking at my notes, is a local search. Local search, the funny thing is like a restaurant guy. Say your local restaurant and you're friends with him. I was in the restaurant business. Restaurant people, owners, they know everybody. They have a huge network. People love me because I had a great restaurant. I had great food. I knew all the lawyers, doctors, accountants, middle-class people, everybody from all your basic things. So I was very well known in that town. So I developed my network with that people. But then I also grew a multifamily network by going to events. So started make it local search. Maybe your local attorneys in your town, some doctors in your town. The Chamber of Commerce, I belong to it. I didn't like it, but a lot of people use the Chamber of Commerce really well. So in your chamber are accountants, lawyers. So you could do that starting like that. And you'll see restaurant owners, all those people in your local search. All right. Then if you go down, you could start with the people in your network that are powerful. Most people have an accountant unless you do your own taxes. My accountant is amazing. I send him something. I'm a very good client of his. He does 800 tax returns. He loves me. He says, Marco, send me your cooking class or send me your property. I'm going to send it out to my best clients. From that one person, he just sent out maybe 300-400 people for me saying, hey, Marco Barbaro, give him a call for catering. Or this is Marco Barbaro. He's a multifamily investor, a client of mine. Give him a call. He is always likes to talk to new investors and stuff like that. My accountant, you don't think about it. If I can network with him, add value to him, and he adds value to me, it's huge. I mean, he can help me raise money. He can help me meet people who are in the multifamily space and just endless. Okay. So even your doctor, my local doctor, Dr. Lowe, I went in there one day and I gave him a flyer from my brother when I was still at the restaurant. And I said, hey, take a look at my brother. And he knew my brother. He goes, isn't your brother a chef? I said, no, he's in Florida doing multifamily. And he's looking, he's like, I'm a doctor. I work 70 hours a week. I make a ton of money. How is this guy Gino a chef down in Florida? So that's all I left it at. I approached my doctor. I want to network my doctor. I left him that paper. And then after, the next time I went in, he started asking me questions. So I started networking with him. So now we're going to go have coffee and he was going to get interested, maybe become a passive investor, maybe become an active investor. Maybe he'll join my mastermind. So I'm growing that just with my two people, my accountant and my doctor right there, lawyers, all that. So work your network. What does work your network mean? Let me see. How are you going to maintain contact with them? I see a lot of people, they go to these events and everybody's giving out cards, getting emails. They build their 10,000 person email list. They go home, they find the property, and they blast, without contacting or building a relationship, they blast out 10,000 people. They think they're going to work on 1% or whatever and raise $5 million. And for them, if that works, that works. But you're working on a small percentage because you're not building relationships. So what I do is I build relationships And instead of just getting their email, I don't even get their email at first. I get their cell phone. I'll contact them. I'll say, hey, let's set up a call. Let's do this. Once I have them in my cell phone, I put their name, I'll put multifamily and their last name. I'll group them with something or on a meetup I met. So if I have 2,000 contacts and I met all these people and I put Mike, multifamily Smith. If I put the word multifamily contacts, out of my 4,000 contacts on my phone, it'll pull up just the multifamily people. Okay. So I don't like to email people. I hate emailing, but what I do is I build a relationship first. Once I got that relationship through setting up 5 to 10 calls a week, then when I really have something, if I do email them, I get a better open rate. If you're looking at getting 10% open rate, if you build that relationship with people, you're going to get a 30 to 40% open rate, which at my restaurant, Adam Mitchell, who did my promotions, could not believe my open rates because he saw how I built relationships. And he showed me over one of his friends, and I had another restaurant, would work on a 12, 13% open rate. And I was at like a 30, 32%. And I didn't know it was that good. He goes, this is tremendous. So building relationships and accessing your network that way. All right. We're going to move down. Here's something really important in the article. As you're reading this article, it's all self-explanatory. So I'm going to hit the major points. Network. I learned this from Josh, somebody I work with through Jake Gino community. He's unbelievable. Network only within your multifamily investing industry. You can network outside of it, as in friends or family. But the reason he taught me this is to get, when you're raising money or when you're building your network, when you're talking to people about multifamily, whether it's at a meetup or an event, if you're at a meetup or an event, you don't need to convince them about anything, about your property, about what you're doing. They're there for that. If you're talking to your family and friends, which is still good to do, it's going to be a lot of convincing. They're not in the space, so you're going to need to approach them differently. They're going to yes you a lot, but it's going to be hard to get them interested. You can do it. It's going to be a lot more work. So if you really want to be successful, you do it at events and you do it to where places of people like meetups where they're coming because they're already interested. So there's not convincing. So you're going to be more, it's not like selling. You're going to be more successful and you're going to feel better about it. Okay. When you're convincing people, it's a lot harder and you're going to feel like you're not succeeding. So let's move down. Here's a post from one thing I do teach through networking is the word raising money. Once you build your network and you build your relationships, you don't raise money, you attract money. This is a text from one of my friends that I built a relationship. I was friends with him, but I built a relationship. He saw my posts on social media. He saw what I do. We kept building a relationship. He sees us, that we really know our stuff. And instead of raising money, I don't need to raise money. He just out of the blue texts me and says, hey, listen, I have this. I'm out of the stock market. Give me a call. I would love to invest with you. So how much time did that save me? Instead of calling him, emailing him, texting him, saying, hey, do you want to invest with us? This is what I do. Look at my website. Because I learned how to network and build relationships, I'm not raising money. I'm attracting money. It's very powerful.
Yes, Marco. And on that point as well, like we say and Gino says, you need to be present. So when you are online and you're showing people that you're active and your profile is structured correctly like you teach, that actually attracts people to see that you're in the industry, you're making it happen, and you're actively investing in multifamily real estate.
Yeah, excellent. So we're going to keep moving down. Thank you, Hadar. We're going to keep moving down. Quick list. I'm going to go over the ones I think are the most important. They're all important. My top 3 that I have done, and I'm going to start using some of the other ones you're going to see. Facebook, Meetup, Tony Robbins Business Mastery Event. Okay, those 3 right there. If you learn, and I told this to Hadar today, and Hadar saw this from one of his friends in New Zealand. I didn't want to post too much stuff on Facebook because I felt like I was bragging or that people would be annoyed by it. But then you know what? I left the restaurant, went full-time multifamily. I started posting like crazy, but great content, not junk. Post good stuff, add value. Don't waste your posts. I do not ever waste a post. If you look at my timeline, I make sure it's not an insignificant post because I want it to be valuable. I want people to get value from it. And if I post and not everybody likes it, but they see it. Jared, by the way, never liked my posts, but he reached out to me to invest with us. I told Hadar that today, and we saw that. After 6 months, you keep posting. It takes about 6 months. You're going to see the success that even though they don't like it, they've seen it, and all of a sudden they start reaching out to you. And that happened to one of his friends in New Zealand. Tell us about your friend in New Zealand, Hadar.
Yes, I have a friend in New Zealand and a friend in Israel, actually, a couple of friends in Israel who follow me on Facebook and follow the MIH Mastermind. And really, they never like or share or anything of my post, but they were really, really, really impressed. And I just jumped on a call with them the other day, with the one in Israel. And he told me that he wants to invest with us and he wants to learn more. And, he's considered really, really picking up some momentum. He's already been investing in the U.S. on himself, but he wants to join a group that will really propel his business to the next level. And I had no idea that he's being following us that closely.
Right.
And like Marco say, they might not react to your post, but they're certainly looking.
How powerful is that? Remember we talked about, because you put a post up, you see 5 likes, and you're like, you kind of discourages you, and you're like, I'm going to stop posting because people probably are annoyed by my post. They're not. Put the blinders on, ignore that. Put the good content out, add value, and it's going to come back to you, right? So number 2, meetups. One of the most important things Hadar points out and I point out, 2 things. You either start a meetup or you go to a meetup. If you don't start a meetup, which it's not for everybody, we want you to start. You definitely go to a great meetup. And once again, don't just go and sit in the corner. Ask questions. Bring great questions. I love people who bring great questions. And then, you know what? I will network with them after because I see they're interested. Show you're interested, show you're passionate, bring good questions, and network. We show people, we're going to teach you how to leverage us, how to leverage Marco and Hadar. You're part of our mastermind. And then you leverage us, you're going to make connections. You're going to raise money. So meetups is so powerful also. That's number 2. Number 3, go ahead, Hadar.
I just want to touch about how to create a great meetups. There are pretty much 4 points, if you like, for creating a great meetup. And please write it down. The first point, which Marco teaches as well, is the location. You want to have a good location when you do a physical meetup. Nowadays, we're doing it with Zoom, but that's a different conversation. But when you do a physical meetup, if you set one up, you want to have a good location with good parking, easy to access and find, dedicated area for the meetup, perhaps in a restaurant or bar, which typically will be scheduled for one of the days of the week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, when it's a little bit slower. So in that time, they can give you special, and they will be very, very accommodating to have you in. If you're making large meetups, perhaps you're going to do a large meetup with 100 people or more, you can have a little room or a reasonable sized room in a hotel conference, or even a large area within a community center. Another point which is very, very important is that you can do it in a co-working space. Perhaps you can do it in an area where there are facility with a projector where you can do a presentation and good internet connection. Consistency. You want to have the meetups on the same date and the same time and the same location. This is very important. So people know, for example, that every Tuesday, 1st of the month, there is a meetup in so-and-so place. And the last thing, which is very, very important, is the content. You want to provide quality content, education, have some speakers on a wide range of topics that you can invite, property manager, asset protection attorney, and various other people. For example, deal review with the multifamily, which Gino does, and also Marco and I participate in doing meetup through video for other members of the community. And of course, you want to provide education, value, and bottom line is to allow some time for networking before and after. Very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Good points, Hadar. And they're you want to be successful, you go to a meetup or start a meetup. That's it. Bottom line, because everybody there is multifamily. Number 3, Tony Robbins' Business Fashion event changed my life. I teach proximity and absolute certainty from it right now. The proximity went from 2 to 5 to 20, 30, and that's a call that we have. And I'm going to teach them how, as your proximity grows, your life will grow. So that event, we're going to go next year. We're going to take about 20 or 30 people, us. So that's something great. 4, support each other in Facebook posts. Every like and every comment, you support us, you, other people, it gets more traction. So you support people and have people support you. It's very important.
And don't be shy to ask for it. Ask your friends, message them.
Yep, I do. We do, because they want to. They're just sometimes too busy in life. But let them know you want them to do that. It helps you, and you'll help them back. When they need something, you'll help. A simple like or comment really gets traction. And I learned that from Josh. He posts something right away, boom, I do it to him. I post something, I see him like it right away because we get it. We're on the same page, you know. Local Chamber of Commerce we saw. Meetup.com is amazing. I have it, and Josh helped me get about 400 members on Meetup.com to book my meetups. I use that. I use Facebook, social medias, and here's a trick. Call people directly. If you want to book people, just call them. People, they want to be called sometimes. I usually get about 40 people without calling, but if you call people through your list and just say, listen, I really want you to support me, come to my meetup that are in the area you think will add value. You pull the ones that add the most value. You call them, you'll get them there. If you get 20 people there, 40 people, you'll be up to 60. So slowly grow it. And then when people are at your meetup, when they're at your meetup, be like, listen, if you thought we added value, you like this meetup, bring 2 people next time. So if you have 20, you're going to have 40. When you have 40, you're going to have 50. You want to stay around 20 to 50 people. It's quality over quantity also. We also want to teach that too. So, you know, you want to be able to network. And LinkedIn, my boy Hadar just started my LinkedIn. Marco Barbaro, master of networker, doesn't have a LinkedIn. And Gino Barbaro's brother and Hadar teach how powerful LinkedIn is. I am really great at raising money, at networking, building relationships, and I don't have a LinkedIn, and I should. And Hadar started one for me. Now I got to get my butt in gear and start using it.
Yes, LinkedIn is great. It's very, very good, high quality leads because a lot of people on LinkedIn are actually business people. There are people who have interest in business and have interest in finance, and there's a big opportunity there to leverage that. So certainly having a LinkedIn profile and being active on LinkedIn to create your nice profile, get a good description of what you do, put it in your title. Check out my profile, and also Marco's profile is already live, so you can friend us on LinkedIn. And very important on LinkedIn as well is to always like, share, and comment on other people's accounts. And we also have a MIH Mastermind LinkedIn account, so if you got a chance, jump on and make sure to follow us on the page so you can keep up to date with things that we're doing. LinkedIn is really, really good. It's highly recommended.
Yeah, and it's funny because I'm running a master, and I still need to be held accountable. And Hadar was right. He goes, dude, he's like, start the LinkedIn, start. And you know, not that I was making excuses, I kind of was. So he started for me, and he's holding me accountable, which is great. And I'm happy for that. And now that I'm going to start to get on it, I'm going to tell him, you're right, because it's business people. It's very important. If it's used properly, it's as powerful or probably more powerful than Facebook.
Yes,
so
because
we're going to see.
A lot of people jump on Facebook and they just scroll up to waste time and all of that. When they jump on LinkedIn, they jump out maybe to learn something, maybe to engage within the business community that they belong to, and it's really, really important. So also, for example, we started doing some marketing on LinkedIn, and I can tell you that LinkedIn is although they're developing their marketing platform in terms of display advertising as a lead generation, but their pricing is much higher than Facebook because they regard themselves as a quality a platform for business, and therefore they're charging a little bit more, and we're seeing some great results. So I definitely recommend LinkedIn, something you should check out and join.
Yeah. And if you don't know how to use it, just ask somebody. There's got to be a friend like me. I hate it. So I got Hadar to help me. Okay. Number 9 should actually be closer to the top, events and conventions. I'm going to do about 7 to 10 to maybe 12 events this year. If you don't invest in yourself, nobody will invest in you. So financially, I get it. You have kids, a wife, vacations, work. You don't have a lot of time. If you're in multifamily, you need to do 1 to 2 events a year at least. I'm going to do 7 to 10. Okay. Cause that's with Jake and Gino, MIH. We went to Missouri. That was amazing. Build content, raise money, build relationships. So you have, and I'm telling you, you don't have to do all the events. I would research them, do the right events, the best events, the ones that are really recommended by people and the ones that are really successful. So there are events out there that are not that good. You got to see who's hosting them. And just because he's a very famous guru doesn't mean it's good. Ask people, look at the reviews. So really look at the MM3, amazing. Ask anybody that went to that. They will tell, they can't wait for MM4. We're not having it in October. We have to postpone to the following year because it was just so much work. People are so upset because it was such a great event. So much energy, deals are there, raising money, all that. Twitter search, go ahead.
And I just want to make, if you don't know what MM3 is, it's Multifamily Mastermind Conference that Jake and Gino run. And of course, both Marco and I attend, and I even fly all the way from New Zealand to attend to this event because it's awesome and we have great fun. And it's not just about the content that you learn, which you always learn something good and you could pick up some golden nuggets and really good, but it's about the relationship that you build in the events and really it takes you to propel you into the next level. Marco and I met in an event. We met in Orlando. I mean,
I was just going to tell you, when you finished, I was going to say, powerful networking, relations, powerful. I met you and we formed a business. There you go.
So many partnerships. You got other partners like Doron and other guys from the East Coast who met and just taking deals together now. So events are very important.
And at the event, JP Albano, I met him at a money mixer. I'm a partner with him in a deal. Darren Light, I'm a partner. It's just that network there. It's just a powerful event.
Yes.
Great stuff, man.
And when you talk in seminars, please mention the free education that we do. It's what we do to attract more people as well.
To where? I'm sorry?
To the free education that the MIH Mastermind is doing monthly now.
Yeah. Yep. And then moving on to that, but I get so passionate about it, man, the energy. See, talking about events, because we had such a great time at the event, it's just so, I'm getting energy from talking about it, you know? All right, number 10, Twitter. I'm not big on Twitter like thing, but if you're a Twitter guy, Twitter search conversations, it's another like blog, so, you know, all that stuff, so that's fine. Seminars are great, just like events. This is at the, Tony Robbins talked about, if you're a realtor, you got to go to a realtor conference and expo. There's so much networking and whatever. And even if you're multifamily, you could jump into that and you're going to meet a lot of realtors there. So that's a good idea. Online directory, things like Reonomy, that's your space, Hadar. You know, that's where your expertise is in using stuff like that. Number 14, start a list of Excel names. It's important, and cell numbers of people interested in multifamily or who might be. Me and Darren, when we first started, you think you're meeting people raising money, you just write some things down and you're going to remember. No, once you really, it's a business. Once you really get started, you get involved. And like now I have 2,000 names or 3,000 people on this phone. This keeps it in order, but I also have it on an Excel spreadsheet with their cell phone number and little notes. Has 50,000 liquid to invest and maybe 3,000 in an IRA, small notes, because you make that list and then you need everything to access it quickly. If you come on a property, you know how you could go through that list and, okay, he can't invest, is not ready, this and that, he's not interested. So I have that list now that I can easily access. And you start out small and it's going to build.
Yes, and you can also do it on CRM, and you can tag them on CRM. Yeah. For example, $50,000 guy, $150,000 guy, $300,000 guy, in different tagging, so you can pull them out according to what you're looking for and what you need. So CRMs is very, very good for that. Definitely
CRMs is actually better for the beginning. We actually use one for Jake and Gino, and you have a very good one also. And then usually if you're starting out and you don't have a CRM, Excel is good, but CRM is the right way to go. Definitely, because you can make tremendous notes and great stuff. So number 15 is very important. Setting up networking calls with Jake and Gino members, new people, my current list. It takes a lot of time. This is building relationships. But if you're going to raise money or you're going to build your network and you want to improve your life, you should get on one call a week or more. I do 5 to 15 to 20. Sometimes when I come back from an event, I'm energized, I'll set up 20 calls. My life will get better. If I talk to 20 people, I might have a new partner in 3 deals. So, and it depends. So I need to build those relationships. You could do one a week, start small. You fit it into your time of your kids, your wife, your life. It's very important. My cousin Ramos, start at work. When you're going to start networking, you want to start in the funnel of your family and friends and coworkers, because you're comfortable. And you know, when you start talking to them, you're not comfortable talking to people. You're comfortable talking to them where you're networking with them, building a relationship, and raising money. So you want to start with people at work because your coworkers know you, your friends know you, and your family knows you, so they'll listen. You build your network with them. And then once you get comfortable, after a month, 2, 3, 6 months, it's all repetition. Cooking, multifamily, corporate, sales, it's all repetition. Once you do it for a certain amount of time, you get really good at it. Everything. It's just like your job. Okay. So you move on that. And then this is in bold right here where my cursor is. Me and Hadar, we just confirmed this. Build your network slowly so you don't get discouraged and you don't stop. Quality over quantity in everything we do. I'd rather have 2,000 amazing built relationships, powerful ones, than 10,000 crappy emails. Okay.
Absolutely.
So if you,
I just want to add something as well. Your network and your relationship it's not only for raising money. It's not only for you to be able to capitalize on it and all of that. It's also friends and colleagues that you can talk to and you can brainstorm on, and they can actually really help you and pick you up if you're a bit down, or if you're struggling to find a deal or anything like that. Those relationships are there to help you in the business as a whole, because it's very important to be able to communicate with like-minded people. So it's not only the monetized approach of building the relationship. It's to be in an ecosystem that will propel you to the next level.
Improve your life. Like you, 2 weeks ago, I'm a very positive person, but you know what? I was down because I was mad. I knew what's coming. I knew what's happening. It's out of my control. And like 2007, I said, here we go. So I was down. You know what? My brother and Hadar, in my network, in my accountability, Hadar got me out of it. He says, what's wrong, man? Come on, let's go. You're better than this. What do you need? I'm here for you. So it's your community, your network, exactly what you said. So and now on the bottom, going on, if you work on it slowly, you will not get discouraged, and you'll not, let me move this out of the way. You'll not look back and you won't look back. 2 years later, you'll see the progress. You need a couple years to build that network. You're not going to build you can rush and build a network in a month. It's not going to be a good network. Do it slowly, and it's going to be a powerful network. Do it fast, and it's going to be 10,000 emails you send out and whatever. So you could do it fast, but do it right. Build the relationships and kind of do it slowly so you keep going. And in 2 years, 3 years, 2-3 years goes by like this when you're working and you're educating yourself and you're doing everything. I've been building my network 20 years, and I'm still building my network. It's still getting better, okay? And I'm still learning how to do it better. Constant growth of education and network. And that's it for right there. Now, if you go down, I'm going to include this article. Just read through the article. It's going to hit the points I talked about. And it's going to give you some secrets and tips too. It's a self-explanatory article about how to be ready, about follow up promptly, cultivate your relationships, be generous, be a go-giver. Hadar's my man. He's the main go-giver. Okay. So read this article. I don't need to go through it. It's very self-explanatory. You're going to get some good secrets and tips from it. And then I'll go over it with you guys very easily. I hope you like this. I hope you see my passion and you see how important networking is. It has transformed my life. Proximity, network, and building relationship has made my life so much better. So
thank you, Marco. Thank you very much. Guys, stay tuned. See you soon. Make it happen.